traffic. No, hurry up. Oh my God.
People. You had all of this room to pull in. And then she got her walker and went over and picked up the apple and came back and she said, she held the apple up and she said, "Do you want to go and get another apple?" And I said, "Why?" She said, "Well, it fell on the floor." The fact of the matter is, we've had enough. We're quitting.
Yeah, need a break.
This is the end.
Hey, what do you say? This whole town could be red by the end of the day. If you feel alright, we could throw it and drive. With the radio up so loud they can hear us a mile. Nothing to lose. I feel it in my soul. So let's let the good times roll.
Another 10 minutes to your travel time. Ooh, that guy's pipe rack is open.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Beware of it then.
I don't think he knows what I'm talking about.
Traffic, no, hurry up.
He knows.
No, don't change it.
Too long for things. It's all been that way for years. The tubes, the pipes are too long for the tube. Okay.
Alrighty.
You put something on it so you know you're not going to lose it.
You got hit. You got hit. Ooh. Oh my God.
People. You had all of this room to pull in, you know?
Video
The
protected.
next thing you know, somebody runs into the back of us because I have to get on the brakes. I cut slack. I left room.
I know. You've been doing that.
But they got to go right down to the
Still
wire.
got people over here not getting in.
And I'm going to run them out in the ditch.
And the guy that's going to get in behind you.
I don't know. I don't freaking get it. You know, you say, well, that car doesn't look that close to you. That's because you're looking at the back of the trailer. We also have bikes 3 feet out.
No, I hear you. I absolutely agree with you. To do what you need to do to be safe and everything, and then you gotta mind the field out here because we got idiots out here on the road.
Thing is, you're spacing yourself. You're giving room. But your room goes away when they come in. This guy's thinking I can go get another spot up there.
Yes.
I don't know. We're back in on the East Coast.
Alrighty, we have a short jaunt down the road right now. 1.7 miles. We're going to Stony Hollow
In
Drive.
1 3/4 miles, turn left on Stony Hollow Drive.
Are you ready for this drive to be over?
Oh boy. Yeah, I am. This is one of the most trying drives we've been on in a while. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we will. Yep.
Alright. Must be right after the corner here.
Right.
Turn left on Stony Hollow Drive,
Right
then
here.
take the first right.
Alrighty. Nothing's coming down the hill.
Until
No,
you
yes.
start to turn.
Yep. We've got brakes, hopefully.
Yeah. As soon as you come in.
Yep.
But there's probably somebody right behind him anyway.
Turn right on Norman Drive.
Alrighty. That was fun.
Video protected.
It says it's a private host except for
500
guests.
feet, we're turning on to Norman Drive.
Yep.
We've had about 900 lefts and rights today.
Oh, I know. It was, and it was no other way to get out away from here.
Roundabouts. I bet you we had 6 or 8 roundabouts.
At least. We're going straight, I guess. Oh, no, we go around? That's Acorn Lane. No, wait a minute. Hey, we're going to go straight. See?
Yep.
That's no outlets. Thank God we looked at the map.
Sheesh.
This is going to get points taken off of it just for the ride in here.
Yeah.
We're not giving Harbor View any points off because they didn't send us down those dirt roads.
Right.
Brahmin did.
I don't know.
Turn left on Timothy Lake Road.
Do you see it on here? Did we lose contact or?
No, Timothy Lake Road is at the top. It's going to tell you that. Where is that road coming from? That Acorn was no outlet.
Timothy Lake Road's over here. See it?
Yeah, I know, but the map is showing us to keep going.
The map is messed up.
Freaking ride. Did we go past it? No, it
I
says.
think something happened. Something lost.
All right, so let me see if I can get our bearings.
So it looks like we're okay because we stopped and regrouped, and we just had to continue out into the road, take a left. But it didn't look like that.
We should have stayed on Winona Road all the way up here.
Yeah, and instead she brought us through over there, right?
This is another Harbor View issue.
Yep.
Okay, so we got 0.6
Looking
miles.
for Egress Road. And this one, I gotta walk this one because talking to him on the phone, it sounds like we should be able to. But there was some corners that we needed to look at.
Right, I think that's a sign right up there.
Okay, that's good. And it's not raining.
The sun's out, hey.
Look at the positive side, because we have been through some rain today. Not terrible.
No, it wasn't too bad, considering.
1,000 trails. Okay.
Turn left on Egress Road, then take the first left.
How is that? Egress. Is that Egress?
Yeah, take the stay to the right. Oh my goodness.
You got a pretty good entrance here.
Yeah.
Actually, we looked at this on satellite.
Turn left
On satellite
Allegheny
view and
Lane.
street view, we saw this. You were
Right.
worried about trees.
Yeah, I was. Okay, we are actually going to go straight.
Yeah, I gotta see how we get through. Maybe there's somebody at the shack.
I don't know, maybe. I don't see anybody. Do you?
Nope. To register and check in, please press the bell. Okay, I gotta get out and press the bell. That's why they're not open again.
So that's the parking lot. We can go right there to the parking lot. I would go park right beside of them. And the
Yep.
office is right here. Alrighty, so there's the office down there. We're here, and we just walked the path or the way down to what campsite. We did have to come back and change it because of a little discrepancy in the campsite. We got
Yeah, 292 was assigned to us. It's just not as good as some of the others. Could I
Right.
get in there? Yes.
Yeah.
Getting out was a little bit of a task, but we
Right.
could have backed up. And I said, let's go see if we can switch it. They were very nice.
Yep.
They gave us 3 others to look at.
Yeah, three other options. We went and picked one. Now we just let her know, and we're going to drive to our site.
Yeah, perfect.
So here's the road we're going to go up, and we are up a couple of sites, and here comes the rain. Okay, so 99, 98, 97. You got to go where that picnic table is and go in.
We're going in
Yeah,
right here.
Yep.
Okay.
We almost made it without the rain.
Right here.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, I see the number now.
Yep.
Easy, big guy. Easy.
Easy boy. Easy boy. Do you need me to get out?
I think you're doing all right here. Just gonna stay over here as close as we can. Okay, how you looking over there? She straightening out?
It's kinda, yeah. It's kind of on an angle, so yeah. All right. Oof! Now the rain's coming.
Okay, let's take a look at her and see what we gotta do.
Okay.
Well, we got all parked up yesterday.
Yes, we did. We're all nice and
Leveled up
hooked everything's hooked up.
We didn't finish the video yesterday because, well, when we got here, it conveniently or inconveniently started to rain, and which wasn't that big a deal, but we just waited a little bit. We got unhooked, we got all set up, and by that time it was starting to get dark and stuff, and I said, I'm waiting till tomorrow to get back into the video.
Absolutely.
But what do you think about the place so far? We've only been here just yesterday and this morning.
Well, as of the last 1,000 trails, where I was a little nervous about getting in there because I said it's going to be too tight and this and that, this happens to be another 1,000 trails that's just like that. The roads are nice, the site's long.
Yeah.
There are small sites, but
There are, but there's also plenty of bigger ones.
Oh yes. Yep.
We're going to take a ride around on the bike, and we're going to take the camera from here and put it up on the helmet, do a little ride around. But we wanted to touch base on yesterday's ride in.
Oh yes.
I don't know if we had talked about that a little bit and then just left it.
To.
But yeah.
And the traffic got a little busy, and we can tell we're on the East Coast or towards the East Coast now because it's crazy out there with the drivers.
You people over here on the East Coast, you need to work on your driving skills.
Yeah.
And being a little more, what's the word I'm looking for?
Courteous?
Courteous is exactly the word I'm looking for. They're in and out, cutting 3 lanes, cutting back. You'll see some of it in my video. I'll tell you, after yesterday's drive, which wasn't all that many miles, it was a day where you had to stay on your A game all day.
Yes.
You couldn't, you know, Sue wanted to do video in the cab a couple of times, and I said, well, not right here. Well, not right here. Because you stayed busy. This route that we took, I'm not blaming Garmin on this one. It's just the way it was. It's like you cut over from the highway you're on, and you're on it for 1.5 miles, and then you're cutting over, and you're taking a right, and you take, an exit, and you're getting onto another one. Then you're only on it for 1 mile or less, and you're cutting over again. Then you're coming back, and the traffic was heavy. Then there was a couple of places where we thought we were going to turn, and all of a sudden we get there because Garmin's telling us to turn, and it's big, no trucks. No trucks down here.
That was a good thing. They told us ahead of time, not too far ahead of time, and then it was right around the corner, and said we can't go there.
It's just the way it was. And so when we got here, it was like a relief. Although when we got here, Garmin did the same thing again that it did on the last one. It brings us down some crazy back road. And we've already driven on this. We went down to the grocery store just to prove our point. We went the way that we felt, which was take a left at the traffic light, follow that road all the way up, take one left, and on Timothy Lake Drive.
Timothy Lake Drive.
And you're here. It brought us through some backwoods area. It's like
dirt roads
again. And we went back and looked at Garmin, and it says, "Don't bring us on dirt roads."
That's the second time.
Unpaved, I guess.
And with that said, when we left the last harvest 1,000 trails, or the Harbor View in Virginia,
it wanted to bring us back down Pine Street again.
The dirt roads.
Which was a dirt road.
And we already knew we weren't going that way, but...
It's crazy because we went out with the car over there, and we looked down Pine Street. There's a trailer parked in the road that was parked there when we came through, like a construction trailer or something. And just after it was a car on the other side of the road parked.
You never would have fit down.
We couldn't even have gotten through had that scenario played out when we came down that road. We didn't belong on that road. It was a private road to begin with. As soon as you pulled in, it said private road. I don't know. And all we had to do is continue down, take a left, and you were at
All Todd Road.
Yep. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. We went back and checked Garmin to see if it's on us, if we've got something clicked off that should be clicked on or whatever. But anyway, that's that, and life is good again. We like this place.
Yes, we had a lot of rain this morning, and it was very wet, and around noontime, 12:30, it stopped, and the sun's out now.
And the sun is out. Yeah, if you listen to the weatherman, you'll jump off a bridge somewhere. I'm going to give you a quick little tour of the spot that we're in, or the site, and I like it. We actually, this is not the one they were putting us in, but we went and we took a walk, and she gave us 3 to choose from.
And we actually walked where we're going.
Yeah, we got room on both sides of the trailer and everything, and truck, trailer, car fits in. For us, that's a win.
Yeah, it is a win.
All right, let's get those bicycles fired up and
I might go down up in that corner there that this one said.
Yeah, we're going
that
to take a nice
big...
little ride around. All right, we'll take you out there with us. All right, you got to get your mirrors adjusted, or are you okay?
Okay, I'll adjust them as we go.
Okay. All right, let's take a ride. Someone else has an HDT in here. And, there was one out in the parking lot. A lot of sites, good size sites. Yep. So if you got a bigger rig, I think you're all set in here, to be honest with you. I know that we have a bigger rig and we made it in, but it's not like there's just one site. I see a lot of them that a bigger rig can go in. Squirrel! Now that was a gray squirrel. We've been seeing brown squirrels. Yeah. I just put mine in second speed and second level. Second assist, I should say. Yes. I don't know, our neighbor says, why did they put you aside of me down in this area? She said they usually put these big rigs up around the corner. I can't see where this would be some benefit to us. Well, but we don't care about that. A lot of the places that are up here, we couldn't have our truck with us, so I don't know what she's talking about. Sometimes folks have to just say something. Probably not. Yeah. Gotta love these Sienna helmets. We can communicate.
Oh, that's a cashier.
Yep. So it looks like some of these sites are for seasonals. Maybe they haven't gotten here yet for the season. We saw signs of that up where we are. There's stuff on the site, but nobody's there yet. So this is where they've got some cabins. Take a little ride down here. We haven't been down through here yet. We did come through here, straight through with the car, but we didn't go around the block here. Guess we didn't come through here. This park is bigger than I thought it was. It's one of those campers that cranks down when you're towing it. So if you want to pull it with a car or something. So this is where the pool is, right here at the office. Looks like it's handicap accessible. There's the pool. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little place. See the siding on the office. Looks like it's pieces of tree that's been cut out as siding. So we've already pretty much made our way around. It just gives you a little idea of what it's like over here. And we already came through here. So I'm gonna close out the video right here because no sense in looking at what you've already seen. Good day, everyone. I wanted to tell you the story behind this apple. This apple has a bruise in it. Now, you can't see it from the outside, but when you cut it, there's the bruise. I knew that bruise was going to be there, and it wasn't bruised when I picked it up at the store and put it into the bag. So we went to check out, and we bought maybe 2 or 3 apples. And the person checking us out was an elderly woman, very nice woman. She was somewhere between 92 and 105, something in that area. And she was leaning over the counter as she worked. And it's very nice person. And she got to the bag of apples, and when she picked it up, the end opened up, and one of the apples went to the floor and went rolling down the aisle. So she looked up at me, and then she got her walker and went over and picked up the apple and came back, and she held the apple up and she said, "Do you want to go and get another apple?" And I said, "Why?" She said, "Well, it fell on the floor." And I said, "That's nothing. Don't worry about that. I've had worse things happen to me." And she got a little smile and a little tear, and well, we took that apple. I could have went and got another one, or even better, I could have sent her, because, you know, when you think about it, when I bought the apple and I picked up the apple, it was in good shape, and then she dropped the apple, not me. But I wasn't going to do that. I said, "We'll be all right." When we got out of the store, I said to my wife, "You know something? I hope that she's working there because she wants to be around people and not because she has to. You know, some people have to work late in life. We're lucky we don't have to, but I don't know why she was there, but she was a very wonderful person, and I made a little joke out of it. But that's true, that did happen, and we did take that apple. I knew it would be bruised, but we'll cut around it, and we'll all live. It is a bittersweet day today. Why?
We are leaving Thousand Trails here in Pennsylvania, and we are headed back to Rhode Island.
Back to Rhode Island. We're going to, well, the fact of the matter is, we've had enough. We're quitting.
Yeah, need a break.
This is the end of season 2. We're going to go back and we're going to regroup and figure it out. Take a little break off the road, and I got some repairs to do that I didn't want to do on the road. Not a lot, but if you own an RV, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I got to do some organization in this camper and get stuff out of it.
And in roadie, you were going to
And in roadie too, yes. Yeah. Everything's going to get cleaned up and reorganized.
Cleaned up. That's an understatement. Everything we have is a pig pen. I mean, you go to the Beacon and you pay to get it washed, and I don't know why we do, because the next day.
A couple of times we had to get the dust off, all that dirt.
That's the reason that you do
and
it.
Then
it's so dirty.
And we did it. Did we do it after Magnolia
Magnolia
Beach? Yes.
We washed Magnolia Beach off.
Yes, we had to wash that off too. But no, it is a bittersweet day. We've had a great time on the road.
Yeah, but when we get back, what are we going to do? We're going to figure out season 3 a little bit, which will be different for us.
Yes.
We don't usually plan too far ahead. But we're going to do a little
We're gonna try-
planning.
yeah, we're gonna
and
try that
Get
and
some
see.
points.
We have one place we gotta be. That's a hard number there, hard date.
The rally
The Valley, and
in
then after
Kansas.
that,
Dennis,
yeah.
Kansas.
Yeah.
No.
No,
not
no,
Dennis.
no. In Hutchinson.
Hutchinson,
We're
Kansas.
gonna go back to the Hutch.
Yep, to the Hutch.
And get that done, and then we do want to make our way back over to Quartzsite for the winter. So those
So
are.
we got a couple of stops already. This
that
is
we know
going
we
to be
wanna
easy.
do. Yeah. Yeah, bite your tongue.
Well, we're doing all right on time. It's
Yep.
about 7:31.
Yep.
And I've already moved. I'm pointing here because this is where I start piling things that I need to bring out, transfer to the truck, which I already did last night.
Yes,
So I
you
got
did.
one trip this morning. And then I'm going to start pulling in my electric cord and stuff, which we had a little glitch at the last stop over at Harbor View. When I was bringing in the electric cord, if you have an electric reel, you know what I'm talking about. You push the button to reel in the cord. When you let off, it clicks back a little bit, gives you some slack. It kept doing that. When you let off on the button, it just kept doing it. Finally, I had to take the switch out and cut the wire. We're going to go out there. I got to take the switch out and reconnect and do that. But it's not a big deal, and we'll get on our way. Well, that truck is so dirty. Rhodey is a pig pen from being under those trees. That
Yep.
we decided
Look at
when we stopped for fuel, there was a blue beacon right next door, and we said, it's calling us.
Yep.
I know we're almost home, but it's such a disaster. Oh my God. And maybe it'll wash off some of those caterpillars.
Oh my
Those
God,
tent
those caterpillars.
I don't want to
Remember?
bring those things all the way over. So the guy's going to come over and ask me what the other guys already asked me.
How's it going?
Good, you?
Doing all right. Did they come out here for you?
He did. Yep. We're golden.
All right. No
Thanks.
problem.
Yep. So when we pulled up, that door was closed. This one was open. They're working on this truck. So I said to Sue, well, there's not many people here today because there was no line. So I'm not going to go over there because they're probably only running one bay. And we've seen that. Guy with a pickup truck comes flying around me and pulls up to the doors and they open it. I said, well, why didn't the guy open the doors and wave us over there? He was standing right at the door. It's only an extra few minutes. We'll be fine. But we need to get it washed, and it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So I just went in and paid for the wash here, as I usually do. And what was it, 93 and change?
$93.96.
$94. So I questioned him. I said, how come it's so much? I consistently pay out there between $78 and $79. Tax is usually the difference. I said, the most I've ever paid is like 82, which wasn't true. It was 84, Sue let me know.
Yeah, 84.
So she says, it's New York. She said, we get questioned all the time. You're not the only one. Keep that in mind if you come over here in New York. I don't know exactly where we are.
We're in Maybrook.
Maybrook,
New York. We're almost
But
near the Connecticut border.
it's probably like that no matter where you go in New York.
Sure.
So is it worth more in New York? No, they just charge you more in New York. But
Yeah, they do.
just a little update for you there. We'll see if the job's a little better because it costs a little more. I saw you start laughing when I said that. I'm kidding, right?